Okay, as I promised, in the new Mountain Lion, Apple has released a brand new Safari browser, which, to be honest with you, I haven't used Safari regularly for probably a year or so because it just didn't quite have as many features as like a Chrome or a Firefox, but the new one's won me over. And it's just an overall just nice, well-rounded browser now. It's pretty impressive. So if we open up Safari here, the first thing you see is it really hasn't changed that much. It's basically the same browser as you've been familiar with for all this time, but they've just added some cool new features to really push it over the top. The first one, and probably the biggest one for me, is the unified search bar. So not only can you search URLs with this bad boy, but you can also do Google searches. So you type in whatever you're looking for. So we'll type in Apple. You got your top hits right there, which are just searching the web, the most common referred things to Apple. You got your Google search right there, right below Apple, Apple Store, Applebee's, whatever. You got your bookmarks and history down there below that. So it really searches everything on this one little bar, and that was something that I really liked in Chrome, that they brought over to Safari, which has made it really, really nice. A second new feature that I'm also a big fan of, and unfortunately it's not really been utilized yet because we're still waiting on iOS 6 to come out, but you got cloud tabs. So these are nice. Well, the cool thing with the iCloud tabs is if you have tabs on another computer or an iPad when iOS 6 comes out, or an iPhone, they'll automatically all show up in this listing right here. So you can be surfing the web on one device and basically pick up instantly on an entirely different device altogether. And that's just a really cool feature. Another cool feature, and I don't know if this is, some people can consider this a gimmick, but I think it's kind of cool. But when you're within tab browsing, just like this here, you can do some really cool, nice ways to look at your tabs. And if you have a trackpad, you just pinch two fingers together just like you do zooming in and out on your iPhone or iPad, and then it'll give you this nice laid out view of all your tabs that you're looking at. So you can just jump easily and see exactly what it is you're looking at. You know exactly what's going on, and you can just jump from tab to tab really easily and really fast. Another great feature of Safari, and this is more under the hood, is they did make it a much smoother browser. So when you're scrolling or moving around, they've tuned it up a little bit. So the browser is a lot more responsive than probably any other browser out there for Apple. I mean, the other browsers are great, and I recommend them, but sometimes they just don't have that kind of flow and feel that's designed for a Mac, just like Safari. And this is an older feature, but it's one I want to point out just because of the implementation of iCloud, and a lot of people might overlook it, and that's the reading list. Reading list is really nice because if you have a site, let's say you want to read this, but you want to check it out later, you can just right click on it and click add link to reading list, and then it shows up in your reading list over there on the left side. So when you want to go back and read it, you just click on it and boom, it'll take you to it. The cool thing about that is if you have an iPhone or an iPad, that reading list will still show up on the other two and vice versa. So if you're reading a newspaper online, you can add a huge reading list, and if you've got to go, you can pick it up on your iPad or iPod or iPhone just through the iCloud. So like I said, that's a little older, but I think that's something that a lot of people might overlook, and it's too bad because it's just a really cool feature. Well, that pretty much does it for the introduction of the new Safari. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I just wanted to point out some of the new improvements that Apple's done, so check it out.